Hi, I'm Dr. David Dobson. Welcome to Conversations. Today, my guest is Nitya Yeldandi. Nitya is a sessional instructor at Thompson Rivers University. She earned her Master of Global Management degree from Royal Roads University. Today, we will discuss her research project, Mortgage Income Fraud, that she conducted for her master's program. It's a great pleasure to have you with me today, Nitya.
Thank you, David. This is a great opportunity. I've never done something like this before. I'm really looking forward to it.
Nitya, you worked in the banking industry for more than 10 years. What did you do in that role?
Well, I would say that the 10 years that I spent in the banking industry was I ran from crisis to crisis because I
Okay.
started off when the industry was going through subprime mortgage crisis, and
Okay.
I almost left it when it was going through the pandemic, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I joined as a fresh graduate and I picked up the first job that came my way. I did not think a lot and there was no
Yeah.
particular strategy.
Yeah.
But looking back, I would say it was a blessing and I got lucky as I learned a
Okay.
lot. I worked with the leading US banks, predominantly in the field of mortgage.
Okay.
I was into operations management and product management, where I was involved in some key transition and transformation projects.
Okay.
Some of the key learnings that I would like to call out would be around professionalism,
Hmm.
leadership, management, continuous learning and innovation, which helped me build efficiency and
Hmm.
also effective communication. I think this has actually shaped up the way I think and the person that I am today to a great extent.
Why did you decide to go back to university and get a master's degree?
Yeah, thank you for that great question. And I think it had to do a lot with the pandemic, where things kind of slowed down, and me and
Mhm.
my husband were inspired for many reasons to redesign the way our lives were. And it wasn't because we didn't like our lives or, we had like really flourishing careers and a loving family and friends and great lifestyle, etc.
Okay.
But it was to try something new, right? So it
Right.
was quite a leap of faith, as a lot of our friends and family members suggested that, do you really want to do this? But, you want to do what you want to do. So after a lot of discussion and assessment, we started exploring how living in Canada might look like.
Okay.
And we discovered that doing a master's was a potential pathway for PR.
Okay.
Although, it started off like that, but
Okay.
it was a great learning experience and an amazing journey that I've had in the
Yeah.
past 2 years.
Yeah.
Since I had already had like an MBA, I wanted to
Yeah.
do a different master's degree in business. And during the research, I was intrigued by Masters of Global Management,
Hmm.
this course that was offered by Royal Roads University. And I got through, and
Hmm.
although it started as a pathway to come to Canada, I must say I thoroughly enjoyed the course and I did have my highs and lows. However, I kept moving forward. And yeah, I feel great about accomplishing this degree at this stage of my life. Yes, thank you.
So, for your research project, you studied mortgage income fraud. Share what this project was about.
Um, so I want to tell you a little bit of why this inspired me.
Okay.
So during my 10 plus years in the US banking industry,
Yeah.
I had predominantly worked in the mortgage space, and I also saw that the industry was affected through these crises and these small things that kept coming our way, and what are the risks that persist in this industry.
Okay.
And I realized that at the end of the day, it were the customers who were the most impacted by any of these crises, right?
Okay.
Or issues that kept coming up. So
Hmm.
it wasn't the numbers that bothered me, any stats that I looked at, but it was how it impacted the life of one particular customer. Even if it's just that one customer, it felt
Hmm.
like it was a huge deal personally
Hmm.
for them in their lives.
Hmm.
So, and when I moved to Canada and I was doing my course and I had to pick a project, I was also seeing some news articles that
Hmm.
surfaced which spoke about mortgage income fraud.
Hmm.
And I saw a few instances where
Hmm.
income inflation was being considered as a potential way to home ownership. And
Okay.
it kind of bothered me. So I just
Hmm.
wanted to understand how it would be to do, like, consider this for my master's thesis. And that's when I discussed with my professor, and he loved the idea. So, yeah, we went about it.
Um, how did you go about studying this project?
Um, so this is all very new to me because I have been in the industry and working professionally, but none of these academia was easy for me.
Yeah.
Um, Although I do have a green belt in Lean Six Sigma, and I did not feel confident about how projects work in the academic space.
Mm-hmm.
But I was immensely supported by the professors at the university, and I
Mm-hmm.
started with literature review to understand the
Okay.
current state of the issue and then interviewed the SMEs in this field. I
Okay.
must say, I met some very interesting experts. I interviewed mortgage consultants, banking professionals, and
Okay.
professors who were an expert in their field.
Okay.
I gained some great insights on the current practices and identified the major themes.
Nice.
The SMEs were selected through purposive sampling. So I
Okay.
went by their referrals, and
Okay.
we followed the snowball method,
Okay.
where the interview, we went ahead and interviewed as long as we kind of exhausted our list of themes, right? So
Okay.
that was the approach. And I think I enjoyed it immensely, the way that we conducted the study.
What did you learn from your project?
Um, I think most importantly, if I would say that it was understanding the Canadian mortgage industry itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And apart from that, this study also revealed its widespread impact,
Mm-hmm.
which extended beyond individual borrowers to
Right.
undermine the financial stability.
Okay.
There were strategies that were employed by the financial institutions, such as robust credit assessments and
Mm-hmm.
advanced verifications tools, which form a cohesive defense for sure. But despite these measures,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
challenges persist because fraudsters, adaptability, and the complex balance
Mm-hmm.
between client experience and regulatory compliance was something that the industry continued to face.
Okay.
And I also saw that the collaboration amongst banks and the
Okay.
role of regulatory bodies
Mm-hmm.
played a crucial role.
Mm-hmm.
Also, technology. How do
Okay.
you leverage AI and blockchain, and how it could play a pivotal role in enhancing income verification and risk management as such.
Great.
So our findings kind of stress the importance of collaborative efforts and
Mm-hmm.
technological advancements in
Okay.
addressing this issue of mortgage income fraud.
What are the implications of your research?
Yeah, so navigating through the discussion on income fraud and its implications, I think our research kind of highlights far-reaching consequences for both borrowers and the financial sector.
Yeah.
The risks include over-indebtedness, loan defaults,
Mm-hmm.
and an erosion of trust,
Yeah.
all of which have a direct impact on customer loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
which forms like the basis for your financial industry itself, right?
Yeah.
So, recognizing the urgency of addressing the issues promptly and
Uh-huh.
how we could advocate for a comprehensive approach that places emphasis on adopting advanced technology,
Yeah.
implementing robust employee training, and
Yeah.
establishing corporate governance that prioritizes fraud prevention and
Yeah.
detection.
Yeah.
Also, how we can leverage technology, right? So,
Okay.
how do you
Mm-hmm.
use and create these dynamic and responsive programs to keep pace with the evolving fraud tactics? By embracing these principles, I think our research we lay foundation for a more secure and trustworthy mortgage industry.
Okay.
So our recommendations would emphasize the importance of collaboration and
Great.
adoption of proactive measures to safeguard both customers and the
Okay.
stability of the financial institutions.
Very good. So, what is next for you, Nitya?
Um, well, I'm currently taking a moment to kind of, uh, you know, uh, embrace this huge. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
huge as such, but
Yeah.
for personally, it's a huge accomplishment for me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
coming back to
Yeah.
academia was a big decision.
Yeah.
But looking ahead, I
Yeah.
do feel that the research has had some limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go ahead and explore specific areas like regional fraud platforms or regional fraud patterns, more like, and what tech solutions can we implement. Professionally, I wear dual hat as a sessional faculty at TRU and also business analyst for Play to Tech.
Okay.
My goal is to stay ahead in my field of project management while pursuing my academic research.
Yeah.
I may be aiming too high, but let's see how far it goes. Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Nitya. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, David.